And that's pretty much the point. Making the body work as hard as possible as a unit to both stabilize and go in this circuit and combine it with shoulder power to utilize the. So for today's workout, my plan is to not hit failure with any lift, but instead like lift to practice form. So I'm not going to really push the weight on any of these exercises, but rather do it with weight that I'm comfortable with, and not even try to get the form down, practice a movement versus trying to challenge myself on the weight of the movement. I think when you keep challenging yourself at a movement, sometimes you don't realize some mistakes that you're making, and it's always good to reinforce good form with the lighter weight. And I think it's a good day today to do that because I feel a little exhausted. So, yeah. The first exercise that I'm doing is staggered landmine squats and superset with the kettlebell movement, but we'll come to that in a bit. I'm gonna do 5 each side of this, trying to keep my chest up. And so that's an example. So like what I've noticed is I have a habit of not keeping my chest up. On the heavier weights, I kind of just let it like pull my body forward or push my body down. So by doing it at a lighter weight, I feel like I'm able to focus on that discrepancy that I've noticed when I handle heavier weight. After 5 each side of that, going into kettlebell swings with both hands. Going for 10 of that. And so I'm going to superset this for a bit, and then let's see what happens next. So for the next exercise, I decided that just going for like form stuff wasn't challenging enough for today. So I'm doing Conan's wheels, Conan's wheels. Having a landmine set up on an elevated surface, and then I'm going to carry it in like a Zercher with one hand, walk around twice, and then repeat it with the other hand. Looks like this. So because of the offset in how the weight is, the obliques of this side, so I'm doing with my left, so the right side has to stay activated the whole time. And then also trying to keep the upright position activates like the stabilizers and stuff in the upper body. Also taxes the shit out of your cardiovascular system, and so you get a lot of good cardio while having a resistance component to it. Supersetting that with medicine ball lunge presses. So with it being a medicine ball, it's very unstable and it's like 30 pounds. So it's reasonably heavy. And going into a lunge, pressing, lunge, and pressing. So because of the instability, you have to be a lot more aware of how you're using the force from your leg into the medicine ball, and you have to pay a lot of attention to balance and using the core and the stabilizers throughout your arm to make sure the ball doesn't fall. Going for 3 or 6 presses each side, which means it's 6 lunges each leg, or I don't know, whatever. 6 lunges each leg, 12 presses in total. I don't know. I'm getting my math wrong. That was a bad one. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. For the next circuit, I'm sticking with the Landmine Conan wheel setup. What I'm going to do instead is, while the previous time I was holding it in a Zercher grip, I'm going to hold it in like underhand grip, so like at shoulder level. I'll show you what that looks like. So bending down, grabbing it like this. So the other time I was going in like this. This time I'm going to go with the other arm, come up, and then walk around. But this time I'm going to try and make it a little bit more challenging as far as endurance goes by going for 3 circles around. I should really move that medicine ball that's in the way. After 3 circles, switching to the other hand. A lot of stabilizers at work here, a lot of muscle groups and stuff that are getting utilized in a way that otherwise doesn't get utilized. Let me reposition this before I go into the next thing. Alright, so with the medicine ball, what I'm doing is I'm going to hold it and go into a squat, catch, switch hands. I should just probably let it fall. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, that's better. So just trying to explode up and use the explosive muscles in the shoulder to throw it. Going for 4 each side. Yep, that's the superset for now. I'm gonna do 5 to 6 of these. So for the next circuit, going back to the Zercher hold on the Conan's wheel, but I'm adding an additional component of a towel grip farmer carry. So I'm gonna get the 62-pound kettlebell and hold it in a towel grip and hold this in a Zercher and do 2 rounds either way. So there's a lot going on here, and that's pretty much the point. Making the body work as hard as possible as a unit to both stabilize and go in this circular pattern while gripping heavy weight with the forearms and all the compensation mechanisms that's required to stay upright during all of that. Oh. It raises the heart rate pretty high, and I'm getting a bomb ass workout from this. Nice. Let me readjust this real quick. Okay, so now the next movement is medicine ball slams, but I'm going to do them side to side. So it looks like this. Trying to generate rotational power from the core and combine it with shoulder power to utilize the explosive muscles in the shoulder and use them in unison with the core and the twisting. Anyway, I'm gonna do a couple more sets of this, and that's probably gonna be it before I hit the sauna. I might do abs, but I might just save it for the sauna. So I have one final experiment / exercise that I want to try out on this before I head into the sauna. So one of my another things that I'm working on is my shoulder stability. I think I've mentioned it before. So I was thinking, what if I could do this with an overhand, and but the 45 was too heavy, and I thought any weight would be probably too heavy since it's just a stabilization that I'm working on. So putting everything together, I came up with this, where I'm starting off in an overhead position, and the bar, like my hand is coming at an angle, and the bar is not straight over my head. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lunge walk in a circle. So as you can see, there's a lot of things at play here. So starting from the bottom, all the muscles involved in a lunge. The hamstrings, the glutes, etc. Then because of the way this thing is set up, you're forced to move in a circular pattern, which then causes your body to bend in a certain way. So there are a lot of muscles at play during this exercise to make sure your body is able to bend that way while maintaining its integrity to perform the movement and keep this overhead stance. The overhead nature of this forces the shoulder stabilizers to be engaged, and also for you to keep an open upper chest Oh, forcing that opening of the, I guess, thoracic area or upper chest area. I don't know. Whenever I use the word thoracic, I feel like I'm a nerd. So I find it weird to say it. Anyway, so that's what is going on. So I'm holding it up, lunge walking. Then, because all these components are at play, your heart rate, or at least my heart rate, is through the roof. I'm also able to work on my stabilizers in a way that almost no other exercise does. And like loosen up any tightness that might exist, but also promote stability of the joint when it comes to any other movement. Like if my shoulder is able to stay stable through this, then with regular lifts, it should be, it'll be a lot more comfortable. It'll feel like it's a piece of cake. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That was my third set. And after this is the sauna. I probably won't record that. There might be some posing after. So my bus isn't coming for a while. So I guess we have time to pose again. But yeah, pretty much today thought that I would take it pretty easy and just do some form related stuff, but ended up feeling pretty good and had a good workout. But let's talk about that once I get this set up. Okay. But yeah. If you guys end up trying the Conan wheel setup using a Landmine and like it, let me know in the comments. Looking big. So I also invested in a mace bell. So tomorrow's video will have some mace bell workouts, and yeah, that'll be, I think, something new for you guys to see and, I don't know, enjoy. But yeah, my abs are looking really good. There's not too much belly fat anymore, but I can still do a lot better. I think I want summer to come by, then I want to tan and then get a bunch of pictures once I'm tanned. Alright, let's do a back pose and then end it. I hope that turned out alright. Anyway, I'm super fatigued and don't really feel like flexing much either. But yeah, not looking too shabby. I thought the workout was pretty entertaining slash hard, and I think it's something that people should try out. Challenge yourself in movements that you haven't done before, and yeah. Anyway, time to head to the bus stop and edit and stuff. That's all for today's video. See you all tomorrow.